Hello, beautiful peoples of the interwebs. What is up? It's your host with the most dicey here, and today I am in Diablo 3. I mentioned in my last video that I actually had been playing this game a lot. I got it back like when it first came out, I believe, and me and my brother played it a lot. So I decided to show you guys it because I think it's a really cool game. I actually have a seasonal character, which is my demon hunter, and in the season for season 5 they gave you a free set, and I have my wizard, which is my non-seasonal, and I want to start a witch doctor. Eventually I want one of all 6 types of characters, but this is actually the Reaper of Souls expansion, and this guy's pretty powerful right here. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you. We're going to go to the hardest difficulty, which is Torment 10, and we're doing bounties, I guess. I might actually change that, but we'll see what these people are up to. I can actually solo Torment 10, and I think the highest rift, greater rift I can do on my own is level 55. So, greater rift is supposed to be the hardest thing in the game, and they go beyond Torment 10, like in the challenge that that they are. Yeah, level 45 is 10, so I guess I can do about a Torment 11. Well, no, because it changes every 5 levels, so I guess that's like a Torment 12 difficulty. And I think I actually completed... Oops, my bad. I didn't mean to start that. Hopefully nobody queues up for it. I don't care if we actually do that. But anyways, let me show you guys my gear that I'm wearing. So, I'm going with the Verse set. And, the reason why I'm going with this set is because I have an ability called Archon. And I really like this ability. So the set, every piece of armor you get on the set gives you different effects. So first one, the Archon gains the ability of all the runes that are there. Well, I'm going to have to explain this after this because I guess they're doing the Greater Rift. But the abilities I mainly use are Archon and the Arcane Torrent, which they synergize pretty well together. I have a ring which procs damage all the time, and also my weapon is the Chantoto set, which if you look right next to my health bar, you'll see a number counting up. When that gets to 20, it causes an explosion when I enter Archon form, and I'm just super powerful. Now I also have another item that starts me with 46 stacks of Archon right when I get into it, so it's pretty sweet. So the reason why you do greater rifts in this game is because you want to level up your gems, your legendary gems, and the only way to level them up is through the vendor at the end. Now if you empower a rift, what that does is it allows you to go ahead and get 4 levels to a gem instead of 3. Now on your end game armor, you're gonna actually have 3 gems, one on each of your rings and then one on your necklace. I guess my gear is damaged right now, which is not good at all. I have no idea how that happened. And unfortunately it looks like my group, we might not be ready for level 65 rift here. You need a pretty powerful group of individuals to be able to accomplish that. And you can see this timer over here. We're only 2% through, and you get 15 minutes. We're at like 13 minutes left right now, so we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we just have really bad enemy spawns right here at the beginning. Oh shoot. We don't want to die. That would not look good if I was the only one to die in the group. But the thing I like about this is if you play this build right, you can do insane amounts of damage. Like if we just take a look at my scorecard, you see my damage and every other stat just keeps rising and rising. And then paired with the ring I have, sometimes you do crazy amounts of damage. So the set just synergizes really well. And then also everything carries over in between too, so it's not like you're just left with little damage after it expires. So you can see I'm just tearing apart this guy in the corner right here. There's actually an update out today for the game, but I'm not really sure what the update included. It looks like a guy left, because we probably aren't going to be able to complete this. Yep, there goes somebody else. You know, I should probably just leave, because I'm guessing my teammate's going to abandon me here soon. And I kind of let the thing lapse in between, which is not what you're supposed to do on this build, because then you don't get enough attack speed to do the crazy amounts of damage. Now, even if my teammate does leave here, I should be able to kill this group of enemies and then leave. If I die, though, then I die. It's no big deal, really. It's kind of dumb that the group members left, but whatever. But we'll finish this enemy, and then we're gonna back out of this dungeon, because if you don't beat it within a time limit, then you don't get the the gem upgrades. You know what? Instead of finishing this, come on, please don't let me die. Well, I'm gonna finish going over my set, and now just start a rift on my own, I suppose. And I'll show you guys how this class can easily solo 50 plus. It should be able to do 60, but I think because I'm missing an armor item that I want to go for, it affects it a little bit, because I do notice that a lot of the time this one specific type of enemy keeps killing me. I also have the what the heck set is this, the Delcery Magnum set, which is supposed to be a little better. A lot of people are using that this season. And then I have the Firebird set, which I actually like the Firebird set a bit. But anyways, let me show you guys the rest of this stuff. So as I said, I'm using the Verse set, and the first one gives the Archon every rune. So if we go look at our, why can't I change? Okay, I have to leave and then rejoin. So actually go into a private match here, so that way I could show that. There we go. Alright, so now I can finish showing everything. So the Archon, for the first two pieces you get, the Archon drops a, or gains the ability of every item. If it wants to put, okay, cool. So, or every rune rather, so the first one gives it 36-80% weapon damage as fire. You're allowed to cast teleport. It decreases the cooldown, and it deals lightning. And this one allows you to cast slow time. Allows your Archon Blast to Archon Strike abilities freeze and Archon Strike. Oh my god, excuse me, sorry about that, guys. And it deals cold damage, and then it increases the damage of all abilities by 22%. So it's a pretty good first set bonus. The next one increases each stack increases the attack speed, armor, and resistance by 1%, and then I also gain Archon stacks when I hit with an Archon ability. So all those things synergize really well together. I'm using, of course, the yellow gems. Some of my items are ancient. You see it has a gold border to it, so that's what I'm working towards, getting everything. Only two pieces of my main set. Then the next one I use is the Chantoto set, which are both ancient. So every second while in Archon form, you expel a wave of destruction, dealing 350% weapon damage to enemies within 30 yards. Every time you hit with an attack while not in Archon form, 350% weapon damage is added to the wave of destruction up to 20 times. So that's why I use that, and then I increase my crit. Next, let's go over my bracers. So these ones actually synergize with a ring I have. It's this ring over here, which is an ancient. So my ice armor now reduces damage and automatically casts Frost Nova when I take 10% of damage in life. And then because they're stunned, it reduces my damage taken by 11%. So those two synergize really well together. For my belt, it's an ancient as well, and I automatically gain 45 stacks. Now this one could actually be, be re-rolled to be better. It can be up to 50, but halfway is pretty good. And I just added a few. Whenever you see that little like blue symbol, that means I re-rolled something. So then the other ring I have is the Convention of Elements, and this one actually has a pretty good roll. It can be up to 200%, and I got a 196% on there. It increases damage for a single element. So you see it's cycling through right here, and for 4 seconds each, and it gives me 196% increased damage. So when it stacks with Archon and I have really high stacks of my Archon, you can see how crazy that gets. The last one is the Eye of Echlith, and this one doesn't have anything special. I'm actually looking for Mara's Kaleidoscope to put here because that presents poison damage, which is gonna be so useful. Poison's the one thing. So for the gems I'm using Pain Enhancer, which crit hits cause the enemy to bleed for 22,000 or 2200% weapon damage, and I gain a Blood Frenzy, increasing 3% attack speed for bleeding enemies within 20 yards. The next gem I'm using is Bane of the Stricken. I can't talk. Each attack you make against the enemy increases damage takes by 1.15%. And the blue numbers on these are the ones that increase every time you level the gem. And then I also gain 25% increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians. The last gem I'm using is Bane of the Trapped. Increased damage against enemies under the effects of control impairing, which is by 25.2, and gain an aura that reduces movement speed of enemies within 15 yards by 30%. So that definitely synergizes well again with my bracers and then my ring. So those gems are all at rank 34. So well, one of them's at 35, but let's go level them up. So yeah, that's what I'm using. And then for my Paragon points, in case you're wondering, these are levels after you hit max level. I'm rank 456 out of an infinite cap, and these are just how I assign my skills here. No really special way. Eventually all 3 of these will be filled out by the time you're 800, and then you could just focus on core after that. I might increase my maximum arcane power, but based off of my other stats over here, if we go look here, you can see that I get regen to my resource. So on crit hit I get 4, and I regen 10 per second. So it's pretty good management. Sometimes I find myself running out, but that can be fixed. So for my Kanai's Cube, I'm using these 3 items because I like them. This one allows teleport to have no cooldown, which is amazing. It saves me so much arcane power, but it costs 25 arcane power, but it's worth the trade-off. This is the one that keeps my stacks staying longer. It's called the Swami. It lasts for 20 seconds after. And then Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac reduces the cooldown when I hit with a resource spending attack. So when I'm using my lightning, that's why my cooldown goes down so quickly. So I'm sure you guys loved learning about my character. Oh yeah, and then my skills. These are all the skills I'm using in case you want to copy this build for any reason. It's a very good build. I highly recommend it. So yeah, let me show you the actual playstyle we go for. Now, as I said, I should be able to do about 55 on my own. So if I'm wrong, then you'll see me die in this video, which I'm sure you guys would love. But we'll continue on. Always gotta activate these. These cost a greater keystone, which you get from normal rifts. So the hardest part is right in the beginning of this build, because you have to get your stacks up to 20 in the beginning. But once you get up to 20 and you start actually using the build all the way, you should be good to go. Again, this is the hardest time in my opinion, but we're at 20 now, so let's get right in here. Let's actually go up to this enemy, because all the other guys will follow nice and close. So now the most important thing to do is just build up our stacks. Keep tapping that 1 button and move from group to group. Oh, and that was close. If it's poison, then that normally screws me over a lot. And this isn't a good, I should probably move on, but I actually want to kill this guy because he gets the things that fill up the bar faster. So we'll be able to kill him pretty easily. So remember to grab all of our goodies. And next group. Alright, just attract all the enemies over real fast. That way we can get our stacks up faster, because each time it hits, it builds it up, and you can see it growing really quickly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look right above my XP bar. And you'll see how fast everything goes. And again with my skills, oh god, lasers, dangerous. Okay, I might have not waited till 20 there, but I didn't want to get screwed over by the lasers, and that's dangerous right there. Okay, let me just kill this group of enemies real fast. Again, you can see the arcane ability procced from my ring right there, making me do an insane amount of damage. That's why all those enemies died really quickly. So again, just recharging our stacks up to 20, going into our arcane form. Not being efficient with building our stacks right now. Oh yeah, here's gonna be a good area. Okay, this is pretty good. Normally I can get up to over 200 if I'm being efficient. Okay, looks like we got a yellow enemy coming by. Yep, there he is. And again, these keep doubling up, as you can see. The faster I'm able to go through my build, the more overlap you can get, which makes you insanely powerful. That's the main reason why I love this build. It's very untraditional to be like melee again with the mage, or wizard rather, as it's called for this game. But I really like that playstyle. Again, this isn't a playstyle for everybody, but if it's your cup of tea, then you're really gonna love it. It's definitely unique. And that's probably one of the reasons why I really like it, because it's so unique. Again, just trying to kill as many enemies as possible. Oh great, this should be fun. I'm not getting good groups of enemies. There's some areas in the rifts that are better for grouping up, but this one's decent. It's not the best I've ever had. I definitely don't see myself getting up there with this. Okay, and this was the wrong way. Well, no, not necessarily the wrong way. Looks like we're staying about 120-ish right now. I'm already at my 20 stacks, so. Yeah, this was the wrong way.
Not ready yet.
Gotta make sure we keep our ice armor and our empowered weapon up, because those are important. As you can see, I need to get my crit chance a little higher too, because that will help me keep up my arcane regen very good. Awesome. Oh, there's a shrine. Again, so yeah, it's just rinse and repeat pretty much. Once the hardest part is always the beginning. So once you get past that spot, you'll be good to go. You'll have all your abilities charged up, and you'll just be tearing through enemies eventually. If I could get bigger stacks of enemies grouped together, then we'd be better off, but gotta take what you can get. And just quickly building this up. Hopefully we're going the right way. Nice, that's going to be very useful.
Need more time. I'm so good, I astound myself.
Okay, let's try to get up to 200 so that way you guys can see how crazy it is. Now that we actually have a speed pylon. Again, just mowing through all these enemies, trying to gain up our stacks as quickly as possible. Looks like we have two groups of elites here. Almost up, almost up.
I need arcane power.
Again, poison is not my friend because I don't have the complete build that I want.
Need more time.
Okay, well, that was super close to getting the 200. Maybe I'll get lucky before the end of this run, but it looks like the Rift Guardian's about to spawn soon. There we go. So if you guys aren't convinced that this is a super powerful build, yeah, I don't know what else I can do to convince you. Okay, and I went the wrong way, so that's just lovely. Now we have to figure out where the correct path is. And that's kind of going to ruin my stacks, but it's whatever.
Still waiting.
Not necessarily, but if we were further away and we got less lucky, and getting up to 20, then explosion.
Not ready yet.
So now we just want to get our stacks back up because we actually suffered a little bit there. There we go, okay. So right now we're in a bad place because we don't have our full 20 and we're fighting the boss right now. And our ability's on cooldown. Alright, now we're good. But the thing about fighting the boss in a greater 2 is you don't really get the procs that reduce the damage. So yeah, this should be fun. I still have plenty of time to complete it though, so I'm not really worried about not being able to beat it. It's just this boss being a pain.
I must wait longer.
Oh god, I am probably gonna die. And that would be really bad for the video if I couldn't complete this boss. Because I really want to show you guys how great this build is. Oh my god, all these. Yeah. Okay, this boss is going to be a pain because of all the lasers everywhere. And there's always one boss that screws you over. If I can't beat this, I'm going to be a little upset. But I am definitely going to try. I'm not giving up because I still have time. So, normally I'm able to just mow through the boss, but I think at the end it really screwed us over with where stuff was coming up to. If I can get my stacks up though, that's definitely going to be really useful to this build.
Need more time.
Alright, we got our stacks starting to build up. Oh my god. Okay. Well, this isn't going how I wanted to demonstrate for you guys, if you aren't aware. We should still be okay. 5 minutes and he's at 25%. I'm not worried yet.
Need more arcane power.
Well, this is just going great. So yeah, this is the only time you run into trouble on this build. I had to demonstrate that for you guys. Okay, we actually could be in a bit of trouble if we keep dying here. Oh, I accidentally clicked off the game there. Okay, this guy's being annoying with his laser placements. Oh my god, please, boss. There we go. Okay, we got him. Okay, that was extremely nerve-wracking. I honestly didn't think that I was going to be able to make that because of how much bad luck I was getting. But looks like we got 4 upgrades to our gems. So these again are just going to make everything even better for us. Cool. Let's go see if we got any good items to upgrade with. I did see an amulet drop, so maybe it's what I'm looking for. Then I'll be really excited. Oh yeah, and every time you complete a new maximum one, it increases the maximum amount of blood shards you can carry on your character. So let's go see what items we got. We did get a potion, but I already have almost 2 of every potion. Oh, the potion I'm using is the bottomless potion of mutilation, which gives you 60% life and then increasing life per kill by almost 50,000. So, pretty cool. Potion of the Leech. Do I have that one yet? You know, life per hit actually might be better than the one I was using. We're actually going to go with this Potion of the Leech right here. Because I think that would be more useful. Oh, an ancient version of the belt. That could probably go with my Talaraja set. It's a bit better, so we'll put it there. And then Firebird's Talons. Of course, mine are most likely better. Well, let's compare them real fast. I'll keep them both just in case, because I don't know what that set requires. That's pretty nice right there. An ancient item, so we'll stick that in our random items tab. Cool. So, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to show for this video. Now we'll just stick all our goodies back in the chest over here for when we want to craft or make new items. You know, I could go gamble with Kadala real fast. Wherever she is, she's over here.
Let's
see if I get the necklace I need.
That is too expensive.
Of course not. But she's hit or miss. I mean, sometimes you get really lucky, sometimes you get nothing. I did get some items from her that I needed before. And of course, I'll end by assigning my new 4 points, which definitely will continue to help make my character even better. So yeah, that's my wizard. If you guys like this type of video and you want to see more, let me know. I definitely enjoy showing this, and it looks like the text is a little hard to read there, but for anybody wondering, I'm at 460, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely in my opinion, my favorite build and very powerful. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked this episode, remember to like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Comment down below about anything you thought. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe for the latest and greatest content. If you think a friend would enjoy it, share with them or add to your favorites. And yeah, if you want to get a copy of this game, go check it out at the link down in the description down below. You can get the base game plus the expansion for around 40 bucks. So definitely worth it for hours of fun. Anyways, guys, as always, this has been Icy. Till next time. You all stay awesome. Peace.